Look how she got a child. This is what she want to do. I didn't hit you, bro. I didn't hit you, bro. You going to jail.
Here's kind of the story time of how I got dumped and became a single mom at 23. So basically, I was living in Georgia with her dad. We had like our own life, our own apartment, our own everything, obviously. When I got pregnant, I was like, okay, having kids gonna be hard because my parents live in Michigan. So he was like, okay, let's just move up to Michigan. You can have help with your parents, whatever. Da 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 da. We mutually agreed to come to Michigan, right? So we moved to Michigan together. He gets like super depressed. I get super depressed because obviously like I'm towards the end of the pregnancy. I'm big as I just was not thriving. I wasn't happy at all. Like I left my job, I left my apartment, I left all my friends in Georgia. So anyways, we move up here. We just were not clicking. We were not getting along. He was being so mean to me, like seriously, just so mean. Like that's all I can say. So finally, my birthday's on Valentine's Day, so 4 days before my birthday, he was like, yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow. I can't explain it. But anyways, long story short, he's like, I'm leaving. I'm like, okay, whatever, like, go. He's like, tell me if you want to be in a relationship, because if not, like, I'm leaving. And I was like, no, go, like, whatever the fuck. I didn't really, a bitch did not think he was gonna leave, okay? In the morning, he packed everything up and he left. He literally just, like, kissed Gianna and was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this. He didn't take his clothes. He didn't take his shoes. He didn't take, like, anything. He didn't take his kid. He didn't take me. And he just, like, hopped down the road and drove back to Georgia. And then this was 4 days before my 23rd birthday, so I was 22. Finally, Valentine's Day rolls around, which is my birthday, 4 days after he ditched me. I found out he moved in with his ex, and they have a kid. Well, he has 6 kids. Yeah, we haven't seen him since, so it's just us now. We're just vibing together. I love her. If you guys see him, he's somewhere in Atlanta, so just let me know. Tell him he forgot his kid.
Hey cousins, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you like and comment. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Cousins, we hit 1K subscribers. Thank you guys so much. But let's get into the random man from Atlanta story. I don't know if you guys heard about this before, but there has been some new things going on with this whole story, and we need to unpack this one by one. So first, we're going to get into what got Morgan basically traction on her channel, on her page and everything. And then we're going to get into the new details of what recently has happened with this couple. Well, they're not even a couple, with this situation. And baby, when I tell you the red flags were flagging, first of all, any man with 6 kids by 5, 6, 4, 3, 2 different women, run fast. Never, ever settle for any man that has multiple baby mothers. A man that has multiple baby mothers, different children in different homes, a man that is okay with making broken homes, knowing he doesn't even want to be with you, is a man that does not know how to make good decisions. He doesn't know how to make sound decisions. He doesn't know how to make decisions at all. Because if you're okay with creating broken homes, there's something wrong with you internally. And that goes for women as well. Women with multiple baby daddies, same thing. I don't care what nobody say. Especially men who have children with women and they have no intentions on being with you. The baby wasn't even here yet for a year and already he has left you. That is unfortunate. It's very sad. I'm pretty sure her postpartum was going crazy at the time. And it seemed like they didn't mesh well from the beginning. But the way that they started could have told you all you needed to know of how he moves. This is so much. Let's start unpacking this, cousins. Lego.
I thought we were like gonna get married or whatever, but I think that when I got like pregnant, I became unattracted to him, and then I ended up like having to take some time off towards the end of my pregnancy. So I like wasn't making any money or anything, so I was like useless to him at that point, I guess.
So he used you for money? Are you saying that you were the breadwinner, Morgan? You're still the breadwinner. And it's so crazy to hear the story again, knowing what we know now and how it actually ended again, because she took him back after this. Like, I don't understand. What do you mean because you didn't have money, you were useless to him? If he don't have money to take care of you and your child, then he is useless. You're not the useless one. I don't understand. Well, but then again, sometimes when you have low self-esteem, you allow things that you normally wouldn't once you realize who you are. And I'm hoping and praying after what he just recently did that she is done with him, because the constant back and forth, red flag. Him leaving because you are pregnant, red flag. You should have never taken him back. I'm sorry. Like, this is too much. And he has 6 kids and he don't got no money. So were you the one taking care of him and his 6 kids? Like, I'm not understanding. Where's your train of thought, Morgan?
I don't really know. And then I had an emergency C-section, so when I had that emergency C-section, I know he didn't like my body. So hence why I feel like he was depressed, because I just went from being like happy, silly, little old me to, I don't know, I was just like so sad and depressed. But I was like getting there, I was like slowly like getting my life back together and back on track, and coming out of postpartum. So I was a month, I was a month postpartum, and she was 30 days old when he decided to leave. He literally just basically got on the phone with his mom, and she was just telling him, like, I think you're still hung up on your ex. I think this is why you and Morgan won't work out, and da-da-da-da-da. And he, literally, the day he left, he would not look at me, you guys. Like, this is so embarrassing to say, but I dropped to my knees begging him to stay because I was so scared. I had only been a mom for 30 days. I was straight out of a C-section, so I couldn't even, like, move around. Yeah, it was so bad. Yeah, so he just left, like, and I remember I probably called him, like, 80 times before he hit Ohio, okay? Yeah, I think he was, like, blocking me, like, most of the times, so I just had no contact with him for most of the drive there, which really sucked, because I was, like, sitting in my room, like, literally, like, should I die now? But no, that's not the answer, don't do that. Yeah, so I stayed in my room for, like, 3 weeks. I lost a lot of weight. He sent me flowers on my birthday, which is kind of like an asshole thing to me, because he literally moved in with his ex on the same day that he sent me flowers. I was back to Georgia, obviously. I am still in Michigan, literally depressed as all could be. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. It sounds crazy to say, like, now looking back, I had no money, I literally lost everything, okay? No money, no job, no nothing. Like, my life was torn into literal pieces, okay? Um, so basically, he's obviously in Georgia, and he's like, kind of like, I'm thinking we're gonna get back, but also I'm like, I don't know at this point, so, oh my god, where's your scoop, Jeter, Weeder, feeders? So, like, the day that I found out he moved in with his ex-girlfriend, so it's 3 a.m., right? Minding my business. I hadn't slept in days, you guys. Like, I was losing mad sleep over this shit. I was so sad. So, of course, 3 a.m., ding, 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 I get a fucking notification of somebody requesting me, messaging me on Facebook. Bitch, I scroll over and guess who it is? Oh my god. One of his baby moms sends me a 2-page message. Hey, Morgan. I don't know what you and blank name have going on, but by the way, and she just sends me everything. Mind you, basically, I guess, and while we were in Georgia, apparently she lived around the block from us, right? So he was telling me he would like be going to like Atlanta or like something like that, and like going and like staying there and just like being with her. And they had like literally a whole family. Like he was taking her son to school every single day. And that wasn't even his son. Like, they have a kid together, but, like, he was basically playing stepdad to these other kids while I was at home pregnant with his kid. Funny as fuck now that I think about it. But she messages me, right? Hey. And she's all like, he was sending me videos of you guys doing the nasty. I was 21 when he was sending these videos without my consent, because I didn't know they were taken, by the way. I own a truck, right? I own a brand new truck. I guess he was driving around in my truck every single day. He barely let me use my own truck. She told me, oh yeah, and he told me that you bought his truck for him, all this shit. And like basically just saying like every single day he was going home doing X, Y, and Z with her, and then coming home and doing X, Y, and Z with me. When I confronted him about it, his words were, at least I showered in between. That's so sad.
I cannot even fault Morgan because I understand postpartum. Your baby is literally brand new, first time mom, and you really thought you loved this man. And sometimes love and just having sex would just cloud your mind. And yes, a lot of women are going to say, oh, I would never. But it's unfortunate that she had to deal with all of that. And then to find out that he's doing all of that behind her back and literally right under her eye, diabolical. This is actually insane. He is such trash. And I think that's why Random Man of Atlanta's story was really such a big thing, because it's like, she literally said he was a random man that she met in her apartment building or something like that. And then that's literally how they started. They had like a you know what night, and then it just kept going. So it's like, baby, it was just supposed to be that. You wasn't supposed to get pregnant. You was not supposed to get pregnant. So he probably just thought it was just gonna be some fun. She probably thought it was just gonna be some fun. But baby, why were you not making sure that it doesn't happen so you could be connected to this man? And I honestly feel like Morgan wanted the baby because she thought it would keep him. But then when she realized that having the baby wouldn't keep him, then she kind of regretted it. But at that point, she already had Gigi. So what can you really do? And girl, if he already had 6 kids with other women, and not one of those kids kept him with their mom, baby, you are not no different. And one thing I would add, I don't know if I have the video of her saying it. I'm going to see if I can find it and upload it in this video. But she was saying basically like she don't care about what he do with the other kids. She don't care if he takes care of them, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's a lot of the problem with a lot of women when it comes to baby daddies. Because it's like, if he's not doing for his other kids and you're seeing that, why do you think he's going to do for yours? Why do you think you're going to be so special for him to stay and actually take care of you and your child? And if he wasn't doing it before when you guys were dating, if he didn't even have the audacity to give you the highest honor of being his wife, why do you think you're special? Let's be honest. You're not special. And that goes for anybody, myself included. If a man wants to just put babies in you and he don't want to marry you, you're literally not special. Anybody could breed. A dog could breed. Alligators could breed. Anybody could breed. But the highest honor you give a woman is to get married. Marry her. The highest honor you can give a man is to have his children. And the fact that you are just so willing to give him children after he done had 6, actually 8 is what we gonna find out. But he done had so many kids with other women, he doesn't care. And he has a lot of issues going on internally that he needs to figure out instead of having all these children all over the place. I really do feel bad for Morgan. But then again, I don't, because you could have stopped this. You didn't have to be with him. You didn't have to get pregnant. Let's be honest. We are the ones that hold the womb. And I'm not saying to go and do an AB. Absolutely not. But you don't get pregnant every single time you have sex. You can stop that. Like, we gotta cut it out. Oh, I didn't know it could happen to me. Baby, once you open your legs and you don't protect yourself and you don't do what you're supposed to do, what else can happen? And then if you feel like, okay, every time I do it, it can happen, which is true, why are you doing it with a man that already shown you who he is? Oh, okay.
You guys keep on asking, did he take his stuff with him, or like, what kind of stuff did he leave? Well, he left me, he left his kid, he left all of his clothes, all of his shoes, he left a whole ass 2 t-shirt presses, he left a whole ass, 22-foot long food trailer, food truck, whatever the frick you want to call it. Mind ya, he left it in my parents' friend's backyard, and they texted me like, hey, we need this out of my backyard. And I was too scared to say like, hey, like, he fucking dipped on us, I don't know where he's at. So instead, I just like paid for storage.
Cousins. Cause who the fuck?
So this man played in your face. He got you pregnant, left you with the baby less than 30 days after you had the baby, moved in with an ex, and you did what? Girl, if you didn't take that food truck and go and sell it and get the money back for you and your kid, Morgan, oh my gosh. So she still ain't learned her lesson because she's still buying him things up till today. Still buying him trucks, still buying him jewelry, still doing all this stuff for him after he did all of that for her. You gotta be kidding me.
And it's like $235 to keep the storage, which he won't pay for. I have to pay for it out of pocket, so that kind of sucks ass. Yeah, he left his phone. He pretty much, he left everything but his chains, now that I think about it. They're probably dangling in his ex-girlfriend's face right now as we speak. One of the worst parts about this is that I had like a whole like apartment stuff, obviously, because I had my own apartment, and he made me give it all away because he didn't feel like bringing it to Michigan, like all my pots and all my pans and like all my stuff from my apartment. And then he was like, well, I'm just going to buy new ones when we get our own place in Michigan. So now I don't have anything for my apartment. I have to start from scratch. Yeah. Oh, and then you guys are asking me if I'm friends with the other baby moms. Honey, this is not sister wives. I don't want to be their friend. But when Gianna grows up, if she wants to be her sister's friends or whatever, they can be besties. But I'm not participating in that shit. I'm not putting my clown suit on for this bullshit.
But you did, and with the red nose.
And then on top of that, before he left, his ex-girlfriend, which he's now with, was like wanted to be my friend so bad. Like, she always wanted to be my friend. She was always trying to get me to come to Atlanta and stay with her, which is just weird. I think she wanted to, which is nasty. Yeah. And then she even invited me to move in. He told me a few weeks ago, oh, you can come live with us. I just want to do polygamy. Is that the word? Bitch, please. I would never. Hey guys, so, yeah, no. If I knew that random man in Georgia that I had a baby with had 6 kids, I would have just packed it up and went and slept with Nick Cannon him damn self. No, absolutely not. No. Matter of fact, I was pregnant at the same time that another girl was pregnant, and I think he had just popped out a baby 2 weeks ago. I don't even know the whole story at this point. Now I'm trying to figure it out, but my kid is super cute.
So that random man in Atlanta is my baby daddy too. So I'm baby mama number 2, and I'm here to say that everything Morgan's saying is true. And just how she was pregnant with their daughter and he had someone else pregnant. Similar situation with me. So my son has a brother that's 8 days older than him. And yeah, he doesn't call. He hasn't called. He doesn't help with anything. He never has, probably never will. And yeah, everything Morgan's saying is true. And I'm glad that someone's airing this shit out.
Morgan finds out she's being number 7, not number 6.
Something tells me that Beyonce is in studio right now working her tail end off trying to make this 6 baby mama song inspired by me. What Beyonce doesn't know, and what's very important for Beyonce to know, is that I just got a phone call from baby mama I don't even know. First time hearing about her ever today. She came with the receipts and the proof. And I am not the first baby mom. I am not the second baby mom. Beyonce, I'm not the 3rd baby mom. I'm not the 4th baby mom. I'm not the 5th baby mom. Beyonce, I am not even the 6th baby mom. Beyonce, make sure you tell these folks I am the 7th baby mom. And sing that song so good. I want you to sing that song so good that no other baby mama pop up. And remind these folks in that song to take they goddamn birth control.
I feel real saying this, but random man from Atlanta. The last few days have been very peaceful. We have taken Gigi to Build-A-Bear. I just feel like I'm like closing a chapter of my life of being like, I hate my baby daddy, I hate my baby daddy. These days are literally like us with Gigi all day. It's like, do I put him in my videos? Or people gonna hate me if he's in my videos? No, I don't give a fuck what anybody
Thanks, but
Listen, at the end of the day, Morgan is an adult. She can make her own fucking decisions. This is her life. Can't nobody live it but her. But apparently, she may have unlocked a cheat code that a lot of us single mothers just aren't privy to or have never experienced. So with that being said, my first question is, how long does a man who creates a lot of broken homes or abandons a lot of children, how long do they co-parent? Like, is it a day, a week, a month, or is like an extended period of time? And like, now that he's all about like doing the right thing and co-parenting, is he doing a national tour for all of the children that he's abandoned or had, or all the other baby mamas that he has out there? Is he co-parenting with them too? Are they all getting Build-A-Bears? Like, I need to know this, because like, at what point do they have this epiphany to just do the right thing? Like, does he now have like a 15 passenger, a house with a room for all the kids to come to, enough money to like afford to take care of all of them? Like, I really genuinely want to know, like, at what point Do they evolve? Like, we all need to know, like, what do we need to do to help usher them to this epiphany of being father of the fucking year? Kind of feels like you're getting ahead of something. Like, you know, I get that y'all just co-parenting, but it almost feels like if you didn't let your audience know that he was around, he was gonna let your audience know that he was around. And I just hope for you and Gigi's sake that he doesn't disappear again, because if he does and y'all don't end up on good terms again, he's gonna come to TikTok and he's gonna spill all the piping hot tea. He gonna have them screenshots. He gonna have video recordings. He gonna have voice recordings. He's going to air that shit the fuck out. Trust and believe. So I hope we stay on a positive note, because I'm here for good co-parenting. Healthy, positive co-parenting. I'm here for Gigi getting every fucking thing that she needs and fucking deserves. I'm here for it all the way. So, if the random man has turned a new leaf, this is truly an anomaly. And I hope he sets the standards for all the deadbeats across the world.
I'm back to talk about Morgan Bailey and the random man from Atlanta and the reason why I really believe that he came back. So lately she's been trying to soft launch this man, slowly doing family content, couples content, they're going on vacation together, and again, we warned her again and was like, you're getting way too comfortable, this man might disappoint you, this man might hurt your feelings, he may hurt you yet again. Now she's on live because she got locked out, allegedly. Some men come back not because they're sorry, not because they want another chance, but because they didn't destroy you the first time. This man saw her rise above the ashes like a phoenix, saw her take her pain and turned it into merch. Was selling merch, random man in Atlanta merch. Started getting sponsorships, started getting views. He saw that woman wasn't broken. This man saw the empire that you were building, and he returned so that he can destroy it from the inside. He knew that you wanted to feel special, that you wanted to feel different from the other 6 baby mamas. So he gave you that. But the intention was never pure. Men that return after having left you devastated only return to finish the job. Every single chance this man has to embarrass you, he takes it. He knows how badly you want a happy family, and he's going to make you pay for it in more ways than one.
For the last time, you let my kids stand there and watch me get my ass beat. You let her scream in the background, Mom, Mom, Mommy. You let her cry big ass tears. You let me sit there choked out. You let me get all these freaking cuts on myself.
The PS5, the shoes, the chains that I have all bought Jaquan. He can keep them happily. I do not have a problem with that. I spent that money and he can have it. Yes, I have given Jaquan gifts. You got him jewelry though. Were you there? Where's the jewelry from? I don't even know shit about jewelry. That's crazy.
Did you want him? Did you want to be for real? Don't ask me no dumb ass question. No offense to you, but don't ask me that. Don't ask me that dumb ass. I hate dumb ass questions.
By it. My mom looked me dead in my eyes last night and she said, what does it take, Morgan, for you to be 6 feet under? And I'm not letting it get to that point anymore, because that's where this was headed. And I want to make it very clear, and I'm fully ready to accept everything that is about to happen to me because I let this man back in my life. I'm ready for that. And I'm also ready to step up and happily be a single mother and raise a beautiful daughter who is not going to be put through this abuse and who is not going to be treated less than she deserves. And I'm finally free from all of this tonight. I've been trying to get out of this situation for a while now. He has left several times and came back knocking on my window at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning saying, let me in, open the freaking door, or I'm going to post videos about you. And I've let him in each time. And I want to make it clear that each time that he has left recently, I have not begged for him back. I have a lot of messages to prove that and a lot of receipts to prove that.
If I was beating her all year long, pimple patches, all this XYZ, her mouth's big enough, you guys would have been on that. A man that love you don't hit you with fists.
Man that love you don't treat you like shit. Man that love you don't call you a bitch. Every day that you stay, girl, you taking a risk. You stay for the kids, your mind and making excuses that you do not need. You can survive on your own, I promise you it ain't a nigga out here that you need. Gotta rebuild yourself, I know the world.
And those who do know Morgan, we know she's gonna try to post and say, I whoop her ass, I do, etc. The grown people in her comments, are they follow her, or they have kids, or that is a mom, you should ask her this question. So you mean to tell me you straight would have got this on and beat your ass, quote unquote, take your money, etc., whatever you want to say. I'm on raising gentlemen, bro.
Now, cousins, what did we learn? But seriously though, when I tell you, when you find out this one man has multiple BMs, baby, run. Okay, more than likely it's something wrong with him. Why he's constantly making all these decisions, bad decisions, might I add. Okay, and then on top of that, girl, you should not be taking care of no man, no grown man that's not your husband, that has a bunch of kids everywhere. Okay, and stop buying him all the stuff so that he can stay with you. It's not worth it. From the beginning, if you guys are not establishing what it is, baby, run. Okay, save yourself. There's no need to stay and stick around to see how hot it gets. Baby, it's going to be flaming. Okay? Make sure you unpack your thoughts in the comments. Like this video. Please let us all learn from Morgan and her situation to never do that again. Okay? Let's not experiment when it comes to babies. They are not dolls. All right? Unfortunately, Morgan is stuck with this young fella for the rest of her life, okay? And she has to deal with him. We don't. Let's thank good God for that, okay? Because baby, I would not be able to do it at all whatsoever. It's just too much going on, and he's just not honest. He's not truthful. And my thing is, he has been away from all his other kids, but it seems like only Gigi is the one that he's like, oh, I've been gone from my child for this amount of days. Baby, you've been gone from all your kids' lives all their life. Like, I don't understand. Hers is more important right now because that's the child that brings you money. Yeah, Gigi is everybody's internet niece. Ugh, I'm back at those in the comments. How do you feel about the situation? Do you feel like Morgan will take him back? Do you think if she does take him back, do you be like, well, girl, it is what it is. I'm going to still support her. How do you feel about this, knowing that we supported her, thinking we giving money to Gigi, and she was taking that money and giving it to her baby daddy? I'll beg your thoughts in the comments. Bye.
I was raised by my mom. I'm not going to get physical with a woman. I'm not going to do any of those things, right? But women cannot provoke me. I already have a police complaint with Woodhaven police department that I called first. She did not never call. I have a complaint in their system. So I'm just done with all that playing on my mental, my manhood. I'm going to go out here and get my money on my own. It was nice while it was lasted. I love my child, and it hurts me so much to get so close to my kid and have to, like, leave them. And then they would say that you're disabandoning. You're doing all type of things, but man, look at my eye, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you threw the same picture that I went out my way to go have us a nice night to go by. You threw that shit in my face, all because I would not argue with you, and because you're in period. You guys, get out of it before it's too late, before it gets this deep. You will not hear me speak on this situation anymore. I'm done. I'm going back to Georgia. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram. We're going to keep this going. I'm going to shine and be the light that I was. She was dimming my light. She always have. Even from day one, calling me a random guy from Atlanta. None of my kids' mothers really identify with the story that she said. They might have came on here and played, but they do not identify with what she says. I don't care if I make the smallest amount in a month. I always send my money to my kids. And the ones that I don't get to talk to, I'll cross that road when I get there with their parents. But other than that, my kids that I'm allowed to talk to, I'm there for them. Peace, you guys. I got a long ride on this road tonight. I wish nothing but everybody peace, man. Like, yo.
Only think that I was most scared of this heartbreak that Gianna is going to experience without growing up with a father. I come from a two-parent household, and I'm not used to this. I'm not used to any of this toxicity. And I'm not saying that that's okay, and I'm not saying that that's an excuse, because it's not. I should have been putting my kid first. As that, you beat the living shit out of me for the last time. For the last time, you let my kid stand there and watch me get my ass beat. You let her scream in the background, mom, mom, mommy. You let her cry big ass tears. You let me...
Video, she said that he had been dragging her for months. That is very possible. She never showed it, but she sure did not hide it. If you guys paid any attention to her in all her videos, if you really paid attention to her, you would see how much she has changed since he's been around. She still did content. Yup, she sure did, because that's where her money is. And maybe not all her money. I'm just saying that's where her money is. So she's going to keep doing her content. But you could tell how much this girl has changed since he's been there. So when she said that, I'm like, oh, see, I knew it. Because even there were times where I saw her in her videos and I was like, her voice was different. Her energy was different. She had videos where she was sick, and she was sick for a little while. And I was like, damn, why are you still sick? But you're usually sick when you're not in healthy situations. So it just makes sense. But again, we don't know the whole story. I'm not saying she's lying, and I'm not saying that he's telling the truth or he's lying or whatever the case. I'm saying that we don't know everything. So we only know what the both of them are even talking about. You know what I mean? So we can only go so far. But from what we have seen and heard, that's a dangerous, for both of them, it's a dangerous situation to be in.
Let me see how fast I can say this before my client comes. I was just sitting here thinking, right? Because I know that a lot of people have a lot of stuff to say and a lot of people have a lot of opinions and the whole nine. You can have whatever opinion you want. You have an asshole, right? All right. I'm not going to speak for everybody. I'm not going to speak for all single mothers. So let me just tell you my experience. I have 4 children by 3 different men, okay? I was married to one of them and I was engaged to one of them. And then I was in a short relationship with the other one. Me not being with their fathers was not a plan for me. I didn't look at them and say, damn, I want to have his baby and then I want to raise them by myself. I want to go through mad drama with them and you know, all this bullshit. We don't, I say we because I'm sure I'm not the only single mother out there. We don't plan that. Like, we want to be with them. We had their babies. I mean, damn, you know what it's like to carry children and have children and then have a relationship not work out for you? It's not something that we plan. The situation with Morgan Bailey is unfortunately not rare. It is highly relatable to a lot of women, a lot of young women, unfortunately. I'm well into my 40s, so been there, done that. I felt it necessary to share, though, that she made choices and found out later that the man she chose was not the man she had hoped he'd be. Like, I thought he was going to be with me. I thought he was going to love me and our child. Find out that he's got other children and he's completely unstable and he has the capacity to leave me at my most vulnerable moments. Nobody who chooses somebody thinks about that. Nobody does that. So since I've been there, done that, looking back on it, I would swear I was in some sort of a sleep, right? I was in a trance. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't my fault. We were both young. We were ignorant. We were naive, whatever you want to call it. The important thing in situations like that is you're waking up. Some women don't. Some men don't. We can't push them out the situation. I'm not saying that her or him is lying or telling the truth. I'm saying that there are men in unfortunate situations as well. So let's not think that there aren't men out there that are not in those situations too. You don't leave right away. You don't make those decisions after the first, after the second, after the third, because you know what's going on in our minds. First of all, our partner has already put in us a bunch of like threats. So we scared. We don't want our children to be without their fathers, even though they might be just one of the worst people on the planet. We don't, because we might have grown up in a 2-family home and we want that for our children. So we stay with this man because we think that he's going to get it. Great. I hope that this was a wake-up call for her. I do hope that she moves on. I hope he moves on. I hope they leave each other alone. I really hope they just figure it out. But let me tell you something. I went through my darkest days in my 20s. When I was married, when I was with my first son's father, I went through my darkest days in a not so good relationship, okay? And it took me a long while to wake up, for years. And let me tell you something. I had a friend who was in a relationship that was unfortunate. And I often asked, how come she don't leave? I wouldn't be in that situation. She's stupid. I wouldn't be with somebody like that. Blah, 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 blah. And then I'm in it. Now I get it. Now I see why she didn't leave. Now I understand why she stayed. It's not something that you would be like, it's not justifiable. It's not justifiable, but it's like being in a trance. You don't consider a lot of things when you're in those situations. Let's just say my first love, my first child, my first marriage. There's just so much going through your mind that keeps you in that situation because you have so much hope that things will work out. And when your partner makes you feel, not in Morgan's situation really, but when your partner makes you feel dependent on them, you more so feel like you need to stay because you didn't have the practice of being on your own. Now, I hope again for her child and for herself that she move on and just be the best woman she can be. And I hope for both of them at some point that they get some sort of counseling or they just spend some time alone with themselves to really figure out what is going on. Because if he is really mishandling her, he needs help. If she's mishandling him, she needs help. So that's not to put either one right or wrong. Everybody plays a part. But because of that, you have to remove yourself so you can get better, so you can have better relationships. Because now you are aware. And that is half the battle, is being aware. So that's really it. I just wanted to say that we don't go into these situations planning this out. Like, oh yeah, one day he's going to mishandle me. We just don't do that.
Hey guys, moving forward, it's a new day today, first day without my kid. All I could do is just try to put best foot forward. You guys are going to take what side you guys are want to take. It is what it is. If you guys believe that that's the real me, that's not the real me. And it has to stop being normalized that it's okay to tear a black man down. Because he has multiple kids. It's a two-way street. Don't nobody sit and get their ass beat and don't reach out for help. Not nobody of Morgan Bailey's stature. She went to bed when I left and woke up with her mind ready to bash me again and keep her platform. You guys have to wake up. This is not about my kid.